Yo, buddy! The movie review is here. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And today we will be reviewing Midsommar. Now, this is from the same filmmaker that wrote and directed Hereditary, which is a film that came out not too long ago. That came out last year, and that film left me with a very profound feeling, and it was a very good film. One of the best horrors I've ever seen, actually. But this film right here, this film will haunt me for the rest of my life, without a shadow of a doubt. This film is unnervingly brilliant. I just want to take this right from the top, because from the very beginning of this film, it just felt like Aster, if you're familiar with his work and that you'd watched Hereditary, it felt like he had gone back, watched Hereditary and thought to himself, how can I change up the first person narrative? How can I be more unconventional in how I'm going to tell a story? And this is what I love about his filmmaking and his storytelling, is that he never sits on the fence with anything that he does. And he definitely achieved that. Like I'm saying, the first 15 minutes of this film will forever, for the rest of my friggin' life, haunt me to the bone. It's so friggin' chilling. It left me with the feeling of, I remember sitting next to my friend, and he does a very clever thing of doing directing continuity, showing you one scene, but really it means something else entirely. And in the beginning, it feels so seamless, it feels so harmless, and then the actual subject that's actually happening right before your very eyes turns into this complete horrific tragedy that you yourself as an audience, there is absolutely nothing that you can do, and your jaw is just left on the floor. When that moment happened in the first 5-10 minutes of the film, I then thought to myself, hold on a second, I've got to get through the next 2 hours of this shit. I don't know. I genuinely did not know at that very moment in time if I was going to make it through this film. I thought that this film was going to just give me like some kind of anxiety, some kind of panic attack that I've never had before going into a film whatsoever. I thought that this was going to be the film. I just couldn't hack it, and I have to just walk out. But in a way, not that it's in a bad sense, it's because how friggin' good Ari Aster is at writing his friggin' screenplay. He's out of this friggin' world, I tell you that. The performances are electric. Florence Pugh, she's amazing. I first discovered her in Lady Macbeth. She completely stole the show there. Jack Reynolds, Christian as the boyfriend. He portrays himself greatly as an unlikable boyfriend. That's very great to see unfold on screen. Will Poulter, again, he fits within the confines of this script, because his comments are kind of like social commentary, like they kind of feel like that it is the audience's subconscious, oh, why is this character doing this, and why is this person over here, why is it a friggin' bear caged up, stuff like that. He's very quippy, he has his catchphrase, he has his moments, and for the screen time that he's in the film, he does a very good job. And nonetheless, the cast and crew do a fantastic job whatsoever. I just want to talk about some of the scenes that are actually in the film. That whole cliff ceremony. Do you know what? The scene happens, and it's going at this. How to explain it to you? the scene starts off and the camera is kind of somewhat zoomed all the way in, right? And then what starts to happen is the frame starts to come slowly back. And it's actually revealed how far up these people are. And in my head, it feels very left field, like no one's gonna do some crazy shit at that height. It's impossible. But but Ari goes there, and again, you're just there. Your jaw has now dropped into your popcorn. You're starting to sweat, and you're starting to contemplate what the hell you actually got yourself into when watching this film. So, you know, and again, his attention to detail is absolutely emphatic. His directing continuity is nuts. You know, because the whole cliff ceremony kind of happens, and you know, if you've watched the film, you know exactly what happens to the old people. You know what happens to them, and you know, you can kind of take it that it's practical effects what happens there for after. But then he does this thing of tying scenes that have now previously happened in the beginning, and now these images are now burned into your head for the entire of the film and thereafter. And then maybe after a week, and then maybe after a month, that you still remember these frigging images in your head. It's so disturbing, honestly. Do you know what else it feels like? It feels like whenever I go and I watch an Ari Aster film, it feels like the frames are so still and they move so silently that anything can happen at any moment. That's the craziest thing as well. It feels like there is an entity, and I'm not crazy when I say this, but it feels like an entity has come over to you, open your eyeballs like this, and there's nothing you can do to take your eyes away from the screen, because that's how still the frame is. It's actually insane to me what he's able to pull off with the camera and the cinematography. And the cinematography is nuts. I think Ari Aster is the only filmmaker out there that can make me genuinely shit scared, squinting my batty, scared of sunlight. It's such a well-known trope, it's such a well-known cliche that you can be scared, and all these horror films are the dark, and you know, I'm going to close a filing cabinet now, someone's going to jump out and you know, but he's so unconventional. Do you know what he is? Ari Aster is like the Lomachenko of horror films. He just hits things at like a different angle that no one else is thinking of whatsoever. And look, to round it up, I'll say this. Kevin Feige, this sounds ludicrous, but if I was you and you want to make some big bucks, you want to break even on a few of your Marvel Studio films, you go and you get this man and you tell him, you know, get him to, you know, one of the characters that I think he can write a Moon Knight character very well because he's a very flawed character. Yeah. Do the whole same thing, the same pedigree he does in all his other films. And this man, he can write anything, in my opinion. You know, not only is it the style of his iridescent directing skill, he can tell any story in a first-person narrative, in my opinion. So yeah, Kevin Feige, ring him up, man, because this guy, he's doing bits, in my opinion. But yes, this film left a profound feeling on me. The cast and crew was electric. It was, for me, as it stands, I'm gonna count my chickens before they hatch, but as it stands, for me, it is the best horror of 2019. Now, with that being said, I gotta go and put some respect on Red Rum, Doctor Sleep, and The Nightingale, which will also come. I'm sure there's other horror films that are going to be in contention, but you know, those are the few out there. Now, if those films can reach the same caliber of what I saw in Midsommar, it's going to be very interesting. But I will forever know this. Midsommar, no matter what, even if those films may be a little bit better, I'll know this, that Midsommar left a profound feeling, and I'll never forget the feeling I had when watching that. I've never felt the feeling of dread, of just straight up dread and despair in the first 15 minutes to when it ended. And another thing I want to quote, and another quick thing I want to give credit for Ari Aster is, he asked the question of, what is it that the character wants, but what is it that they really need? And he's a master at doing that. So yeah, guys, put in the comment section, if you have watched Midsommar, what did you think of it? Did you have to go to bed with one eye open like me? Or did you think the film was complete dog doo-doo? And look, we're all entitled to opinions. Go ahead, jump in the comment section, have a conversation with me. Usually when I upload these videos, in the first hour, 2 hours, I'm very responsive. I'll get back to you to know your thoughts on this film. Please subscribe if you're new. You know, I see a lot. I always look at the YouTube algorithm. I know all of your IP addresses. I know that. No, I'm joking. But no, actually, no, I know. No, if you're new, subscribe, because look, later on in this week, I'm going to do a review for It Chapter 2, and I'm sure there's going to be people that want to see that review. But yeah, guys, stay tuned, subscribe, click the bell notifications. It takes 1 second of your time. But yeah, there'll be other videos. There'll be another video today, actually. But yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.